Hey y'all, Nicole here from Gulf Coast Gal, and I am coming at you from Vancleave, Mississippi. We wanted to still provide you with some content, so I am going to be doing some of these vlogs sprinkled in between. This one is going to be my top 5 fine dining restaurants, my top 5 fave. Now, I haven't been to all of the fine dining restaurants across the Gulf Coast by any means, but the few I have been to, I wanted to not necessarily rank them in order, but provide you with some information and some background and recommendations on my top 5. So let's get started. I categorize these fancy restaurants, if you will, with their atmosphere, with their white tablecloths. You know, you always see those clean, crisp tablecloths, and of course their elevated food options. So they might not be fancy to you, but they are fine dining fancy to me. And if you have any recommendations or anything like that, feel free to let me know. So we're gonna get started. As I mentioned before, they aren't in any particular order. I just love them all equally. So with the first one is going to be, I have my notes right here, so I have to keep on making sure I have everything covered. The first one is gonna be the Rackhouse. So not only is it a sentimental place for me, but it is a wonderful restaurant full of amazing dishes. It is located right in downtown Gulfport, close to the beach, and it's just a fantastic venue. It has a relaxed atmosphere. It's perfect for lunch or dinner, and with dinner the lights are all dim. You have those cozy booths, and it's just perfect. With that, it also has amazing dishes. I have not eaten a dish there that I don't like. My go-to is definitely the lemon parmesan chicken risotto dish. They also make it in a lunch portion. I think the lunch portion runs about $10, but the dinner portion is phenomenal as well. My husband got a smoked orange bourbon drink, and it was very smoky smelling, but he said it tasted amazing. The peanut butter pie dessert is phenomenal, and of course with the Rackhouse, it is a steak restaurant, so you cannot go wrong with choosing a steak option. And as I mentioned before, it is very reasonably priced. So next up on my list is a recent review we did at the Half-Shell Oyster House. Again, this is a great place for lunch and dinner. They have many locations across the coast, and I will drop a link to that video and maybe a little icon in the top right of your screen if you want to check out that video. It is wonderful for lunch and dinner. And with dinner, I love the second floor. On the second floor, they have all those oil lamps, and you can kind of get the ambiance from the outside in those windows. It's really nice. And not to mention the sweet potato creme brulee. You guys know, the best. I love the Apatano tacos. I love their chicken Alfredo. I love their almond crusted chicken. And fun fact I learned after this most recent hashtag vlog visit, I found out that it used to be an old bank. So how about that for history? That is pretty cool. They said that the Oyster bar area used to be the vault area. So I really love learning those fun facts, and thank you guys so much for contributing that information. Speaking of history, the next one on my list is going to be Mary Mahoney's. Now, it is on Highway 90 in Biloxi as well, and it's actually one of the oldest homes in the country. It was constructed in the 1700s, and in the 1960s a family bought the home and converted it into a restaurant, and that's Mary Mahoney's. It's really amazing. I love walking around the building and seeing all the history. The atmosphere is fantastic. They have a place called the Carriage House, which is kind of like their private dining room. It's pretty great. And I'm not necessarily the biggest seafood fan. I know, a little crazy, but they have wonderful steaks, and the chicken Mary is so good. I love how all their dishes are just French inspired. So, and not to mention that gumbo is phenomenal. They also sell it by the gallon too, so if that's something you enjoy, be sure to scoop up some. Next on my list is a quaint little place in downtown Ocean Springs. It is called Charred. Now, this place, I love it because it's such a unique space. It is a little quirky inside, and it's not the biggest restaurant, but they do pack some big flavor. The food was flavorful and fun. They have amazing specials. I think on Thursdays, for example, they have a $10 pork chop special that's pork chop with one side, and no lie, y'all, the pork chop this thick. Pretty crazy, right? I'm definitely looking forward to going back soon. I had their steak tacos as well. You can tell it's one of my go-tos, but it's a good kind of barometer to see, you know, how I like certain things at certain restaurants. I really enjoyed those. My husband got the pork chop, and seriously, this big. It was crazy, but it was very flavorful. The service was wonderful, and it's a really neat space. I definitely recommend you guys checking out Charred in Ocean Spring. And number 5 on my list is going to be 32, mainly because of the spectacular views of the Gulf Coast. You cannot find a better place to have a romantic dinner with those astonishing views. And the service is top notch. Everybody is super friendly and welcoming, and there to help you and make sure your meal is phenomenal. I love all of their desserts that they offer. Those are usually my go-tos. And I have a salad that I adore. It's the apple corn salad. Now, you might not think that these two go together, but it's fresh and crisp and refreshing, and I love it. I love it to pieces. So those are my top 5. To give you a summary, we had Rackhouse, Half Shell Oyster House, 32, Mary Mahoney's, and Charred in Ocean Springs. And I, like I said, these are just the restaurants that I've visited and are in my top faves. Now, there are some restaurants I'm looking forward to visiting that I haven't done so yet, and that might be a future vlog as well, hint hint, but those are Cora's in the White House Hotel on the beach in Highway 90, and then Vestige. I hear amazing things about Vestige. It's a the chef is a James Beard nominated chef, and I'm really looking forward to visiting those places. Do you have any suggestions of other restaurants that I should try out and maybe revise this top 5 to top 10, or see if my top 5 changes? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. But that's it for Gulf Coast Gal, bringing you my top 5 favorite fine dining restaurants. Be sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date on more activities, attractions, events, and delicious eating spots just as the ones I described you can only find here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast.